Okay, here's the video where we were talking about putting the onesie and using the rim of a shallow container to try to hold your onesie out of place. So I made some modifications since the first picture that I showed you. The first picture was with the 4x4 hoop, and this was the top of the weed eater container, weed eater string container that I showed you. And the whole concept that I was thinking that if it fit snugly inside the hoop, then it would hold the onesie out of place. And that's what happened with the picture that I showed in the original post. This is exactly the hoop that was there and the container that was there too. So I did end up hitting the sides. So what I did was wanted to go a little bit bigger with the 5x7 hoop. So with the 5x7 hoop, we're still looking for a container that's going to fit snugly on the inside of the hoop. So the inside of this 5x7 is roughly 6 inches. So I searched my mom's cabinets today until I found a container, which is just a country crock butter container. But you want to look for something that's flexible and that will fit snugly inside of there. So as you can see, we just took the top of the container off, just cut it with a razor blade, and the container lid will flex and fit inside of that hoop. So that's the size that you're looking for. So once you get the size that you need, I usually float my onesies because they're a pain, so that's what led to this whole project anyway. So I've got the cutaway hooped, got some 505 spray sprayed on the stabilizer, and I already found the center of my onesie, used the pen, lined it up, and so I've got the onesie on the hoop with the 505. So now all you're going to do is put the hoop, put the flexible butter tub lid inside of here, just like if you were going to be holding it, because the whole concept is when you're holding your fingers like that, that's where I was getting in trouble and trying to, I was afraid that the needle was going to get my fingers. So I'm just putting this inside of the onesie, and then you just kind of, it's going to sit in there because it's slightly larger on the width than the hoop. So it's going to just kind of sit inside of there. And then you're just going to kind of put your onesie around the hoop, just like that. Now, you can't do it before you put it on the machine, though, because it's not going to fit. So we're going to put it on the machine first and then put the hoop inside of it. So I've already got my onesie in place. I'm going to come over here and put it on the machine, just like normal. Back up just a little bit. Okay, so I've got the the onesie on the machine. I'm going to take the butter tub lid. In the fact that it's flexible is going to allow you just to kind of manipulate it under your foot there. And I'm going to come around here. And it may take some manipulation or a little maneuvering at first until you get the hang of it, because it did with me. But again, because it's flexible, you're going to be able to pull it all the way in. I'm struggling with it right now just a little bit, but it's once you get it in place, it's not a big deal. Now, I will tell you this too. The design that I used, when I set it up in Sew What Pro, I did it as a 4x4 design, but I'm actually going to use the 5x7 hoop. So the machine thinks it's working on a 4x4, but we're actually on a 5x7. So it's going to hold all that extra material out of the way. So instead of putting your fingers in there and keeping your fingers in place, the lid is going to keep the extra material out of the way. So just make sure that your work surface is smooth inside of there. All your material is smooth. That initial movement may shift it just a little bit, but once you get your needle in place and your design ready to go, you're just going to straighten it back up a little bit. Pull my design up. Should have already had this pulled up, sorry. Okay, I'm going to move it up just a little bit to find my center, which I really didn't mark on this particular one, but we're going to go with that. And then if you see, it's no, because it's working on the machine thinks it's on a 4x4 hoop and you're actually on a 5x7, it's not going to come over here to the edge and hit that plastic. Well, no, that one did because it's a little farther up, I guess. But it's just a matter of playing with where it is. And then you start it from there. You may have to straighten it up again. This onesie's actually been on this stabilizer since last night, so my sticky stuff may be not quite as sticky as it should be either. But that's just kind of the concept with it. It's not a perfect system, but it beats having my fingers in here and trying to get my nails in. But just kind of play with it, and if you can think of any improvements to it, let me know. Thanks.